What is up, guys? My name is Keggernaut, but just call me Kegg, and in this video today I'm going to be teaching you exactly how to tank Mythic Elerethe Renferal in the Emerald Nightmare. Now, this is a 3-tank fight first and foremost. Reason being is because there is the linking mechanic like she usually does in normal and heroic, except this time it hurts a lot more, so you definitely need to have 3 tanks for that. Now, on the pole, you just drag her over to one side of the platform, and then eventually she's going to link a couple targets. 2 of them are going to be tanks. Now, this link works exactly how it does in normal and heroic. The 2 linked targets will be sharing the same amount of damage, and therefore, you got to make sure that you're not taking too much, because then the other guy might die. Now, when the 2 tanks are linked together, the 3rd tank is going to be grabbing the boss for the remaining time that these links are active. When you guys are spread apart, if there's a distance between the 2 people that are linked together and you have that webbing going across, then if there's any other friendly target that goes in between that webbing, then they will take a lot of damage and they'll get knocked around, which is not something that you want. So if you can, you should strive to be right on top of each other on your linked targets. Make sure that you guys move as one, and it should really be no problem. You just kind of deal with it that way. Now, shortly after you guys get linked, she is going to go up for her feeding time, and then you guys have to move over to the other side of the platform. During this time, there's going to be a lot of spiders that spawn. The 2 tanks that are linked together, it's their job to grab all of the spiders and put them in the designated location that your raid decides to put them in. You have to keep them there, and then you kill them, and then all the pools go on one spot, and then you're good to go. After they're all dead, all the spiders are dealt with, then you just go ahead and continue DPSing the boss. Make sure that you guys try and stay on top of each other so that nobody else gets hit by that webbing in between you. Now, after she does the first feeding time and you guys are over on the second side of the platform, then you rinse and repeat. She's going to feeding time again. All the 2 tanks that are linked together are going to grab the spiders, kill them in one spot, and then go and just start to DPS the boss. She is going to go into bird form shortly after this. You just, you deal with the wind mechanic that she has, and then you start making your way over to the second platform. When you're going over to the second platform, make sure that one of the tanks tries to pick up as many of the spiders as they can, because then when one of the people that has a feather, they're just going to slam them all in one spot, and you don't have to worry about it. When you get to the second platform and you start tanking her, you could tank her just in the spot that she is, because she's shortly after going to just jump to a random location on the platform and then start to do a casted ability called Violent Winds. Now, this is a new mythic mechanic that you and your raid have to deal with, and if you don't have a paladin, then what you have to do is aim the Violent Winds towards any location on like in any direction on the platform, and your entire raid has to stand within that Violent Winds in order to spread the damage, and also so that you guys don't get pushed around so easy and maybe you guys fall off, maybe whatever. That's how you guys deal with it. If you do have a prot paladin in the group, then they are the only ones that need to stand in the Violent Winds, and then they can just use Bubble, or they can use Bop, Blessing of Protection, or Blessing of Spell Warding. I'm not sure if it's nature damage or if it's technically physical damage, so you prot paladins have to check the tooltips for that and use it accordingly, which talent they have to choose. Now, after she does Violent Winds, you move her over to a spot that you want to tank her on, and then you're going to do the same thing that you guys do in normal and heroic. You taunt swap for raking talents. You don't stand in front of her when she does the knockback, and everything is easy. After she does 2 Violent Winds, then she's going to go back into arachnid form, in the spider form, and then you're going to have to deal with her mechanics the same way. This time, when she does feeding time, she's not going to leave that webbed pool on the floor. She's just going to go up, come back down, and then everything's the same. The first time she does feeding time, she's going to be linking 2 targets again. The 3rd tank is going to just tank her in a certain spot, and then you don't have to deal with her that much. The 2 tanks that are dealing with the spiders are also going to put them in a certain spot, kill them there, and then you don't have much to deal with. One thing that I did forget to mention is that when those spiders have spawned from feeding time, you're going to want to make sure that you try and keep the actual boss away from those spiders as much as possible, because when she is nearby any of the smaller spiders that she spawns, then wow, that was smaller spiders that she spawns, alliteration right there. Okay, but when she's nearby any of those spiders, she gets a massive damage increase that just stacks the more spiders that are around. So if there happens to be 2 or 3 spiders even, you might want to pop a giant cooldown, because you will get chunked pretty bad. After you deal with that the first time on the first platform, she's just going to be doing the same mechanics on this platform. You really don't have anything else to deal with. It's just all positioning and where your raid exactly wants to handle things, because maybe you guys want to put them over here, maybe you guys want her to have tanked over this way. And you can see on the video now, this is where we decided to go. We decided to just tank her near the bridge towards the third platform and put all of the poison over to the bridge that we had already been. Eventually, after she does her arachnid form and she's done with that, she's going to go back into bird form. She's going to do her little thing where she pushes people away, and then she's going to fly over to the third platform. While you guys are going over to the third platform, you guys are just going to pick up all the spiders again, have them be smashed in a certain spot. And then on the third platform, really, there's not much to do, because at this point, it's just burn the boss, because if she goes into spider form, she's going to spawn a bunch of other spiders, and then it's a wipe there because she's just going to do too much damage. So you guys make your way across the bridge over to the third platform, and then you start to put her over to one side of the room. Here you can see we have the blue marker, and we're going to be tanking her over there. The moon marker over there was to kill all the spiders. When she goes into the third platform, she is going to be spawning a bunch of these little egg sacs everywhere. They're not up yet, but she's going to be spawning a lot of these egg sacs everywhere. Do not walk over them, because if you walk over them, then they're going to spawn spiders, and then she's going to get empowered and it's going to do a lot of damage. You guys don't want that to happen. Just try and steer clear of all of those little eggs, and you should be fine. And that's basically it, guys. You just have to worry about the violent winds as a raid, and then you also have to worry about being linked together with whatever tank that it is, and deal with those accordingly. A couple tips that I have, since I have killed this on my Guardian Druid, is that if you are linked to if you are one of the tanks that are linked, then when you got all the spiders accumulated, pop Rage of the Sleeper in order to first do more damage to them, get them all killed a lot faster, and then plus, since you're sharing damage, it's going to reflect anything, like it's going to reflect damage back at them, so you should be able to kill them faster as well. If you are spec'd into brambles, you can use bark skin also, which is going to do another reflecting cooldown, and it should be perfectly fine for extra DPS. Additionally, Feral Affinity is very, very good for this fight, because if you happen to be one of those linked tanks, then you can easily pop in and out of cat form and do the cat weaving sort of thing like that, and increase your DPS that way. That's really it, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and please like, comment, and subscribe for more guides upcoming soon, and for streaming every now and then. I have started to stream a little bit, so keep an eye out for that. But yet again, just thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.